Hey y'all, and welcome back to Basco Family Farm. The neighbors have been busy harvesting the soybeans this week. They also fertilized the fields and seeded cover crop. Here on the farm, we've had some frost, so it's time to get the last of our harvest in. Being 38 weeks pregnant makes for a long day in the garden. Thankfully, Daniel's parents are willing to help with clearing out the old plants and harvesting.
My in-laws are here and we're gonna see how we did with the sweet potato harvest. We did get a frost.
Oh, this is tomato.
No, that's sweet potato.
Oh,
The potatoes are like a vine, the tomatoes are like a thick bush. There you go, there you go. And there should be a cluster of them, not just one.
Eaten by.
Oh, something ate it. Okay, so we'll give that to the chickens, but maybe there's more that are fine.
Should I just pull it?
Well, you gotta kind of dig around. There will probably be more.
So I'll be calling these yams, but you also hear me call these sweet potatoes. In America, they are commonly used interchangeably. However, they are different plants. These are, in fact, yams and not sweet potatoes. So these vines you see from the yams, many of them look dead because they were damaged from the frost. However, there are some nice green looking ones that were under the leaf litter. I am cutting those and setting them aside to be later placed in water where they will produce roots. Once they produce roots, they can be planted back into the soil to produce more yams. Now, if you take the actual yam and plant that into the ground, you will get vines, but you will not get the fruit of the yam. So you need to put the slips or these vines into the soil. Otherwise, you will wait till the yam produces a vine that then touches back to the soil and creates roots, and those new roots would then create new yams. In the distance, I am harvesting dried Blue Lake beans, and I have waited for these to dry out. I will later shell them, and the dried bean you can put into stews and soups. Also, I can take these seeds and replant them another season. The frost killed the cayenne plants, so the last of the peppers were collected and used to make salsa.
I had seen a chicken over here. All right, you say you found eggs?
Yeah, I think they're eggs.
Yeah. All right, I'll collect those.
We have 4 chickens that roam outside the chicken coop. These eggs were still good to eat, but we did not put them out for sale. Many people say to burn your tomato plants at the end of the year so you kill disease. However, I do not do this. I remove the dead plants, put them in the compost, and try to keep the plants with lots of airflow the next year.
Alright, so while Mom and Dad have been going into the yams, I came over here and I'm checking to see how the turmeric's doing. And I pulled this one up. And so I think we're going to go ahead and harvest these. And the soil here is so wonderful. I'm really pleased with it.
This is the first year I've grown turmeric. I planted it late and had nearly let it die. It grew slow, but the results were good and they took very little effort. Ideally, these would have had a longer growing season and would have completely died back before harvesting.
First time growing yams. So this turned out all right. We did have some that rodent had eaten, so those went to the chickens. And here's our turmeric. I didn't plant this at the ideal time, but it's still produced, so I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna let it dry out and then we'll dust it off. Really happy about this. And then these are cayenne peppers. Obviously they're not red, but we got a frost, so pulled those, and I'll show you the garden. And Mom and Dad cleared the garden, so it is looking much better. On a day when it's not windy in this patch, we're going to be putting a plastic covering down, burning some holes, and planting garlic there, where it will sit for 9 months.